Well. Australia has a new Labour Prime Minister. Anthony Albanese is now in charge of the recent clashes that they had electorally. And this guy, his first priority in Australia, despite all the issues that they're facing, is to set up a new minister for the Republic. This is absolutely fascinating. The priorities for the Labour Party in Australia. I'm not even surprised anymore at this point. The wave that's going. You think Nicola Sturgeon and the SNPs are mental? No. Look at these crazies. And this is all the fault of the Liberal Party in Australia, the so-called conservative leaning party, that messed up so badly on a federal level that this happens. Now, there are still a lot of people who are not necessarily socialists, even in this country, who don't really like the royal family. And there are still some legitimate, culturally conservative Republicans. Now, we can have a debate. We could even have a referendum, right, in any country. And they even had a referendum about, 20 years ago? Just over 20 years ago. And, of course, monarchy won, constitutional monarchy won. Now, the problem here is the intent of the campaigns and movements. Why do they want to make Australia republic? Well, when you have one of the leading campaigners for republic in Australia, who is a former rugby star in Australia, saying that downright it is. We are on our way. Let the record show. For the first time in the history of the Commonwealth, Australia has a member of the government singularly devoted to removing the crown and helping Australia become a republic. Now, as I said, always have to question motives. Why do you want to be a republic? Is it actually in the interest of Australians? And what are you going to do with it? For example, when America in 1776, when they sorted out their problems, and in 77, 78, they created the new structure. That was going to be working for America because it was going hand in hand with the new identity of America and Americanism. The issue with these idiots is that these politicians and movements are doing it to make it easier to turn countries like Australia into more of a puppet of the World Economic Forum and the globalist elite. Now, there is a reason that when you go on the World Economic Forum's website, the countries have all these weird details, and it's like they're very openly and publicly telling us what their plans are. This is the profile page for Australia. It's so detailed. It's like some sort of matrix thing where they have all the different countries and different connections and the different details of Australia. They've done their research. They want to be able to have all the information because information is power. And if they have all the information, it will be a lot easier to control societies. Now, Australia, just like New Zealand and Canada with Justin Trudeau, they've completely submitted to the globalist movements like the WEF. And it's not some sort of conspiracy thing. It's just basic globalism. Just like the European Union, if the EU had more power and more appetite for it, they would do the exact same thing. It's not some sort of puppet masters or lizards in the room. It's so public and open. And that's the embarrassing part. That, of course, if you turn Australia into a republic, then in terms of checks and balances, there won't be any. And they could easily submit fully to the WEF and things like WEF, even the World Health Organization. That goes hand in hand. Same applies to the snowball that they're going to start. If they do it, then New Zealand will go next. And then you're going to have Canada go next. And then you would think that despite any opposition that you might have when it comes to the monarchy or the royal family, if we lose those checks and balances of Commonwealth, then of course, you're going to have, instead of the Queen being head of state, you're going to have someone like Klaus Schwab as the head of state. That's a metaphor, exaggeration, in case people on YouTube freak out about what I'm saying. Do not block this video. I'm a good guy, so we gotta come back. Thanks again, guys, by the way, for watching today's shows. If you haven't watched the other videos that we've done, make sure to go on the channel, click on go on the list of all the videos from today. We have a lot of updates on Boris Johnson's leadership, on Keir Starmer's fight with Owen Jones, and some updates on the border crisis that we have in Dover. Thanks again for watching. I'm Tousi, and we are the media.